Welcome YouTube, I am Sirbrandino here for PSheepProductions, bringing you episode 2 in Sirbrandino's Minecraft Tech Tips titled Basic Redstone Gates. Now if you know nothing about redstone, I suggest you come and check out my other tutorial labeled Introductory Redstone Course, I think it's called. Basically, it's just the bare bones if you know nothing about redstone. Otherwise, we're going to talk about the building blocks of redstone circuits and some very simple redstone circuits that you can use today. Now we're going to start off with some clarification of the different types of colored wool here. Green, ignore, that's just background wall. Blue is considered the input, so you can consider this lever here with redstone on top of it as your input to whatever circuit. The red wool is the output. There's a sticky piston underneath, so when the output is off, it'll be at this state. When it's on, it will push up. As for levers, I've talked about, up is off, down is on. As you can see here, the redstone is turned on, and the piston is up. This is indicating that the input is on, and the output is on. Now, pink wool will also be mixed in, and that's just, you can just ignore those blocks. You can use whatever blocks you want, as well as any of these other blocks, as long as it's not glass and glowstone. I think anything with glass-like properties. So first off, we have the NOT gate. This is the building block of almost all circuits, at least ones I know of. This is a very useful gate. All you have here is a block with a redstone torch placed on the side of it. This allows you to inverse the signal. As you can see, the output is on. The input is on, as indicated by the torch being in the down position and the redstone being on. You will see that the output is not, as the red wool block here being down. If I toggle it, it goes back up. This is just the inverse of whatever you have here. So if you have a gate and, oh wait, the door is opening when I press it and I want it to close, just slap a NOT gate on the end of it and you'll fix the problem. Very, very useful. I use these all the time. Next up, we have our OR gate. Here's our output, here's our input. All it is two levers hooked up to the same line. This is useful if you're toggling it on and off at two different positions, but it's not useful if I say turn this one on and then run to another side of my base and want to use this lever as well, because as long as this one's on, this one has no effect. So basically, the output is on when at least A or B or B is on. I guess or, it doesn't matter. Can't say I use this often. It's a great beginner gate. It helps with building blocks, understanding redstone. Build it yourself. You may or may not use it, but it's a gate and it's there, so it's good to know it. By the way, you should know most of these by memory. That way it'll help with building better redstone mechanics and stuff like that. Now this next gate is called the NOR gate or the NOR gate, depending on how you want to pronounce it. All the N stands for here is a NOT. All we have is our traditional OR gate here, as you saw back here. It's an OR gate. This time we have a NOT gate slapped on right here. So as you can see, in this scenario, the output is on with these both off. In this scenario, the output is off when both are off. So all this is doing is inversing the last one. So when one of these is turned on, the output is off. Now, this next gate is probably, well, at least arguably, the most useful basic redstone gate. And that is the AND gate. I'll show you how to build it first before we get too into the nitty-gritty. It's 3 wool across with your 2 outputs here. I decided to put the outputs outside a bit for clarification. So you have your outputs coming to these blocks here, and make sure that they're going in this direction and not like that. It won't work. They have to be in a straight line towards it, I believe. So you have our 3 wool blocks, our 2 inputs. You have a redstone torch on this side, a redstone torch on this side, a piece of redstone dust on top, and a redstone torch on this side, and then you run your output. This is when both are on, the output is on gate, I guess you could describe it as. I toggle this lever, nothing happens, except for that torch turning on. I toggle this latch, nothing happens. But if I turn both inputs on, the output turns on. Now I'm going to explain to you why that is. It works off the principle that redstone torches turn off when they receive a signal, and I hope I've gotten that point across. This torch receives a signal, But this torch back here is still receiving a signal from this torch, as you can see here, so it's still off. However, when I turn this switch over, this torch turns off, and this one turns on the output. Very, very handy. Now, I have a little mock-up of maybe a base or something that you have over here. So here's your base, the door to your base. Now, all this redstone stuff could be hidden in walls and underground, but I just left it out so you can see it. Now, you turn this on in your base. Consider this like a lock. Now, this is the lever outside your base. You turn this on, and you go in your base. But then you go in your base and lock the door. The door locks, and now no one can get in. As you can see from this angle, so you can get a look at the door. It won't open until you unlock the door. It's kind of useful. You can fiddle around with it, and you can hook it up with a series of these AND gates and get several locks that you have to unlock in various places, make it more difficult. Very, very useful. And as you can see, I just have these levers extended away from it instead of just right beside it. Now, the last gate I'm going to talk about is the NAND gate. All it is the inverse of the AND gate. So as you can see, both of these levers are on. I'll turn them off in the default position. The output is on, and this is the opposite of a regular AND gate. In a regular AND gate, the output would be off. However, when I turn both gates on, both inputs on, the output is turned off. All you have to do is build it the same way as the AND gate, except just remove the torch on the side here. If I replace it, alright, you'll have to excuse the lack of red wool there. If I just replace it with a torch there, it's the same as an AND gate. So you can see it works off the same principle. So that's all I have for now for the basic redstone gates in Sirbrandino's Minecraft tech tips. I hope you check out episode 3 where we get into some T flip-flops and RS NOR latches, which are really, really useful for doorways and such. If you are really confused, then you probably should go check out the basic redstone tutorial I have in episode 1. And if you're ready for more, let me know. It really helps me out. Drop some comments, drop me a like, let me know what you want me to do, any more tutorials. I'm happy to do it. I really enjoy it, guys. Thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and I'm Sirbrandino here for PSheepProductions. I hope you all take care.